This is not my usual, but for the next week, I am actually loving being at an event, and they are being wonderful enough to let me step on out and do what we do here with Project iHeart and do our update. We are always here on Monday nights at 6:30 p.m. Central to find out all of the things that are happening in the world of Project iHeart. On the side, I will actually give you guys a little bit of an update of what is going on where I am, but before I do that, I'm going to bring in Brian. Brian Gibson is our founder and president, and he has all the updates of what's all going on right now this week with Project iHeart. So, Brian, come on in and say hello. Oh, sorry, double clicking you.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. See, look, team, Sue is multifaceted. On top of doing this and all the things for Project iHeart, she steps out and helps others. So, yeah, the update, it's real simple, folks. If you saw the Facebook feed, we had a small technical difficulty this morning. Yeah, 6 years of computer saved items were in the midst of recovering. The blue screen.
Nothing worse than that.
Well, luckily, I backed it up. I always like backing things up. Google Drive is a lifesaver. And it's great because you guys, that's where I dump your guys' stuff into. So I get to go back in and pull it back out. The problem is I send you guys the finished product, not the drafts that I can manipulate. But for that, folks, we're not going to have a slide deck. All my veterans are going, praise God. They're going, thank God. Because in the military, we use slide decks. But we do got a couple things to pop up here because we are working on some stuff. First and foremost, this is our website. Not too big, not too flashy, right? You get to come on. This will upload a little bit later because we're live right now. But this is where people help. Here, we talk about the fellowship breakfast. This is still a need right here. We still need a corporate sponsor. Praise be to God, to the Illinois Veterans of Foreign Wars Auxiliary for covering the rest of 2024. But, what are we doing for 2025? And yes, folks, the January 2025 breakfast, the first Wednesday of the month, is the first of the month. So don't party too hard. But when you go to our website, you see our mission statement. That's there. This is what's new that we're working on right now. This is a way you can support us by supporting those who have found this mission worthy of their support. You know, we always talk about the disability channel. Well, yeah, they're
And I am not sure if it's on my end or on his end. I've locked up for just a moment there. Let's hang tight here and see where we are at. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was my end or yours where we were having some technical difficulties there, because I am on location here. Glad you're back.
Oh, I've been here. You left.
I left. Oh, man. Okay, so my apologies. That's just the way things are going here.
We work with what we got, right?
We were. Exactly.
Okay, as I was saying, Jasper and Friends, right? Veteran author, writes children's books. The more books you order, the more we're supported through him, because he gives 10% of his quarterly royalties to the mission. Oh, but he also sends children's books to our libraries at our facilities. Why? Oh, because we're housing veterans with families. Families have kids. It's just that logical progression thing. Blue Dragonfly. Yep, they do our website. Don't holler at her. She's doing more than most. And she does it pro bono for us. Another veteran stepping up. First Choice Lawn and Garden. Our facilities go into the rural areas, so we need equipment. They've joined the team. You go and you shop there, tell them we sent you, hence we get a better price. And again, we have our news, what we're working on, how to get in touch. We do about, yeah, that's my mug. I got to get that updated. That's like 5 years old. We're working on getting the whole team listed here. And then that's the button you really need right there. That's the button right there. That's how you do it. That's how you become a patron. It's just that easy. So, yeah, that's about the update I can go through.
Excellent. I know you're talking about the so the donate button is on there. So if anyone's interested in taking on the first month, we're looking for January right now for covering the I always want to call it the pancake breakfast. That's what by us. That's the big thing. It's the fellowship breakfast at IHOP. So at IHOP in Paducah, Kentucky. Actually, if you want to get it going anywhere else around, you know, there's other IHOPs around. We should be seeing what we can do to make this happen in multiple locations.
I would love that. But again, they give us a sweet deal. That's where that patron thing comes across. That's where volunteers comes across. Because we just don't, oh, here IHOP do that. No, we got to do our part too.
Yeah, it takes people to make this happen. It takes some money to make that happen too. So if you want to be that next to cover, you know what, pick your favorite month. Obviously we have November and December taken care of now. So grateful for that. We're looking for January, February, March. If you want to pick your favorite month and cover that month, wouldn't that be nice?
Again, that would be excellent. I would love that, people. Yeah, who's going to pick up January? January 2025. That's a $500 donation that we're asking for. That covers that. Everybody goes, does it cost you $500 every month? No, sometimes it costs us less. But sometimes it costs us more.
It depends on how many people come, right? So I'm hopeful that we would always need at least that much in order to cover it all, because that means we have that many veterans coming and participating in the event. So that's a goal that I want to see the number keep going up. I want to take over IHOP. Can we take over IHOP?
The IHOP in Paducah, according to their little thing on the wall, they can seat 500.
Ooh. Okay, that I think sounds like a great goal.
That is the goal, is on the fellowship breakfast that we fill all 500 seats with veterans.
Wow. I love that. How many? So, okay, so let's go retrospective here. Do you happen to remember off the top of your head how many we served in the last year? Sorry, I'm throwing it at you here.
No.
Didn't ask that ahead.
2023 total year was 356 for the year.
Excellent.
And we're on tap for, if we keep our steady, probably 420, 427 this year.
And that's so far, or what you're estimating? Okay, so that's so
far. You know, that's,
we still have 2 months to go.
yeah,
Awesome.
It grows. It's growing.
Yeah, I want to see that break 500 for the year, for this year. And then, I still think by the end of next year, how cool would it be if we actually break 500 for this year, and by next year we fill the place for next December?
That would be par excellent. Make
That would be
that
super cool.
happen. I would love that. I would love that. That would be, but folks, in my world, if one veteran shows up, finds fellowship, support, and a free meal, then we're mission success.
100%.
Yeah. The one in Paducah, I personally go set up and represent Die Hard. That's the home fellowship breakfast. That's the one thing I look forward to every month. According to my wife the night before, I don't, because I'm like, oh, I got to get this ready, got to get this ready, got to get.
Well, dang, being a perfectionist, I don't know.
But
You've got the spirit, you've got that heart. You want to make it be a welcoming event for those that come. It means something. It really does. It means a lot. It doesn't mean something. It means a lot.
And I get to sit with my brothers and sisters, break bread, talk. I got a few I pick on every month. You know,
That's part of the fellowship.
it is. It is. You know, I'm like, oh, you're still alive. That's, these are some of our older vets, but I still love them. They're the Vietnam era guys. But we're getting younger ones in.
Excellent.
I love it when our ministry partners come, right? Woodlawn Church, Pastor Brad, he's been coming regularly. And just this last month, we got to spend time with a first-time veteran to our fellowship breakfast.
Awesome.
That's the whole gist of this breakfast. That is the gist of it. That leads me into the conversation that I've been torn on whether or not I want to do this, but I'm going to have to. Rule number 2, we will not use the suffering of veterans to grow this mission for profit. We will not do it. If you want to see our veterans that we help make it to an event, make it to an event.
And there's events coming up very soon.
Oh, we got a few. I didn't get it in time, but stay tuned. Ryan Hunt, Nikita, I cannot ever pronounce her last name, and I'm sorry, sister. But Maxwell Soaps, they are doing the Veteran Social Summit, December 4th and 5th, that we get 30 minutes to showcase Project Die. We will be putting that out on social media probably next week to start punching up. Hey, it doesn't cost anything to register. It's an online event. Hang out. There's going to have a bunch of veteran business owners, a bunch of, I think it's us and another nonprofit. We get to talk about our nonprofits, what we're doing. Well, yeah, it's us and one of our resource partners. I'm waiting for them to punch that before I talk about it. But that's teamwork making the dream work. The big thing is November 10th here in Paducah at Woodlawn Church. Sorry, I ain't got no graphic for y'all, but hey, technical difficulties. But Woodlawn Church is hosting Project Die Hard. If you know of a minister, pastor, worship leader who wants to come and learn about our ministry partners, then that's the perfect opportunity. Chaplain Dave is coming all the way down from Ohio or up from Florida, depending on where he's at, because he's still active under FEMA for the hurricanes. They had a meeting this afternoon. I'm still waiting to hear back from him on whether or not he has to stay down there. But we are working on live streaming it because I've gotten a lot of requests to live stream it. But again, talking with Woodlawn, they're not set up for live streaming. So we got to figure out how do we make that work.
There's got to be somebody nearby that's able to hook things up, have a hotspot, have something that would make that feasible. That would be so good.
Yeah, there's no reason why it can't be live streamed. It's just figuring out how do we get it done.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, if somebody can at least shoot some video that we can upload later, there'll be a way that we can share what's going on.
Oh yeah. There's always a way. This I know, sister. Come on. You're sitting in a kitchen.
I'm sitting in a kitchen. Actually, I should tell you what this all is.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. The owner here, Lorraine, is wonderful. So this event that's taking place, I'm actually at a county fairgrounds. So this is one of their buildings, and what's being set up here is called Just Between Friends. It's actually a consignment sale for children's clothing, toys, all the things. And this is something that people should know about. If you don't mind, I'm going to actually just see if I can share my screen for just a second, because these locations are all over the place. And here we go. Give me 1 second here to make sure I've got my screen active. Yeah. So this, let me make it a little smaller. I mean, there's a lot of locations across the country. So this is something that can benefit people all over the place. I happen to be very lucky where I am, and there are multiple locations right near me. So
pop down to our location.
So you don't have any right by you, but St. Louis, Nashville, those are your closest ones to you guys.
Okay, folks, check this out. We need to put one of those little dots on forward operating base Rush. Hence, volunteer. Cool. Volunteer. Okay. Yeah. Reach out to somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Looks like this is a big organization. Mm-hmm. But I see some big wide open spots on that map. Again,
So, and
folks,
actually, the
this.
owners here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking I could share some pictures so you can get a feel for what this ends up being like. Because there's here, let me pull up the one that I am at right now. Here we go. Just remember, I'm on Wi-Fi here,
I got it.
so it's moving a little slowly. However, let's see if there's anything. So each location is its own individual entity, and okay, here I found some photos. I'm going to share this tab instead. So on Facebook, I help out at the one in, if you're familiar with the Milwaukee area, I'm at the one in Waukesha right now. There's also one in Washington County and one in Milwaukee. So when you come to these events, they actually have, you can see here, can you see my screen yet? You can see some toys on the screen.
There you go.
Okay, so everybody that comes in here, they all tag their items themselves. So it's a consignment sale. It's anything you can imagine here that's kid related. I'm not even sure what all the pictures are that are right here, but I'm just going to scroll through a few. And everybody sets their own prices. You keep 60% of your sales, and it's amazing how many people are consigning here. I mean, hundreds of people. And then the number of people that come through the door shopping, there's thousands of people that come through here. And it's all the things you need. Things that come in are going to be in good used condition, like very good. I mean, look at the boots here that are on the screen here. Then you have to have like no scuffs, everything needs to be in like new condition. And the pricing though is not going to be new pricing. You're going to get 50 to 90% off of whatever it was when it was original price. So you name it, you'll find it here. But it's also first come, first serve. So you want to be first in the door so you can get your choice of items. However, that said, when you come later in the sale, you're still going to have just an amazing amount of options. So there are a lot of them that towards the latter half of the sale, when it does go, a lot of things can go half price. So as you can see on the tag here, I'm trying to see one. If it has a little star at the bottom, that means it remains full price. But like this particular item would be half price if it's still here. So if there's no guarantees it's going to be here at the end. So if you see something you really love, you're going to want to get it right away. But that's what this is. It's an amazing way to outfit your kids for the next season, because you know how fast kids grow, right? So
Yeah.
to be able to outfit everybody.
But
on a budget.
I gotta go back to that map, because hence we put our facilities in rural areas. That map showed city, 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 and I totally understand. Yeah, let's bring that up and still talk about it. There it is. Okay.
Thanks for putting it up.
I'm going to look at what's right here. Oh, yeah.
Whoop, wrong way. Here we go. So to scroll it in closer to where you are.
Yeah. But no. Go back to that original one, because this is the same point of what I want to make.
Okay.
See this little circle right here? See all these little things, right? Everybody wants to go in this circle. All the veterans in that circle get all the resources possible.
So I'm not seeing what you're pointing at, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Folks, she's not seeing this, but you see this little circle right here. And this little circle. This is why we are placing our facilities in rural areas. Because just like this great organization is doing things all the way around, they're doing it in cities. Why don't we get Bob Rush done and we put one of those little pins right there in the middle? That's my point.
That'd be beautiful. Yeah, the more because again, this is a way to serve families, just like we're trying to do our part for serving veterans. Veterans have families, so this is something that can be very much a win.
It is a win. When we work together, everybody prospers. It's just that simple. I was on a phone call this morning with Ryan Hunt, 10th Mountain Recruiting, Pando Commando, right? That's something we were talking about within the veteran community, right? Why, guys? Look, you know me, I'm a bottom line up front, right? Guys, if you have a program, if you have a product, if you have something that benefits veterans, email monday@projectdiehard.org. I will give you 15 minutes of fame on this podcast for free, no cost. All I'm asking is that you share this after you're on it. See? That's how we help each other.
And I know she's the person who is the owner here. She has been watching us because she was asking me about it last time when I bumped into her at another event. She was asking about this, of all the podcasting that we do, this is the one that caught her eye. And when I told her that this was happening and asked if I could step out for a few minutes to work on this with you, she's like, yes, go ahead, and told me where the best place was to sit so that I could actually stay online long enough to make this work. So this has been a great partnership here.
What's her name?
Lorraine.
Lorraine, thank you. God bless for allowing Susan to do this. This is so important. This is so important. Again, thank you and God bless. See, folks, it's just that simple. That's what you get from me. A thank you and God bless. That's what it is. You help us, we help you. One of the biggest, another big thing, because we're getting into the fall events, right? Folks, I would love to attend your event. I really would. Especially right here around in this local area. But see, y'all, and we do it too. I'm not saying we're blameless here. When there's 5 events on a Saturday in the greater metropolis, Carbondale, Marion, Paducah area, and you invite Project Diehard to it, and they're all at the same time, I can't come to your event because that would violate that everybody's the same within Project Diehard if you help. Time, folks, I'm only one dude. Volunteer at Project Diehard, because then I can say, you don't get me, get Susan here. Get Lauren here. Get Kurt here. Get.
If we could get more people that are on board that can help out this way, then that's the equivalent of cloning you, which is what we need to do. Because again, too many hats. You're wearing way too many hats. You need to be able to do your thing so that we can all grow this vision together.
Again, I'm here for the team. I will never not respond to one of my leadership team email, phone call, text message, social media message. Okay, folks? And my leadership team has their teams that I expect the same thing out of their people. You don't bug your leader unless it's absolutely pertinent. You know, you want to join Sue's team. Sue does education. Okay, that's what she does. You have a program, an education program that you want to bring to our facilities. We want to talk to you. We do. But Sue's the person you're going to be talking to. Why? Because Sue has experience in that world. That's what Sue has. And she stepped up and said, I will do the preliminary talking to people who want education. Oh, but hey, if that's her, pull her around. Let's get her on camera. Unmute.
So others are doing stuff here too. It's all good. We're teaming up here, and it's all good. Just want to make sure they're all set. Thank you, guys.
Well, again, if somebody look, where's Lauren? Where's who's ever's there? Pull them into the screen.
I'm afraid to sit down.
Oh.
What time is it? You know what time it is?
7:05.
I think we still have quite a few more families coming on through here. Oh, and speaking of family, look who just joined us. Hey, Kurt, how you doing?
Doing good. So we're doing a little on-site reporting today. Huh?
We are. And actually, you know what I should do? Let me just travel around the corner here and give you guys a glimpse of one of the rooms. There's several rooms here. And
Whoa, look at that.
this is just one of the rooms. This is not where the clothing even is. Here, let me roam a bit further and I'll give you guys a view. This is where the exit would be. After you shop, you come up this way. But if I go far enough, I'm not sure. I may lose you guys. If I get wonky with the signal, we'll see.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, you're getting wonky.
Sure. We'll try. Can you guys see anything?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
One more room
Not
to
even
go.
Black Friday. Man, oh man. It's a lot of clothes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And they're still checking in for a bit of time here yet. And like even Halloween costumes are in the far back there.
Well, again, the resource center on Forward Operating Base Rush will be able to house nothing that big. We'll be able to do some stuff. Okay, they're both muted.
Sorry, muting while it's in the loud area, so I'm heading back to where. But at least you have a glimpse of what this is like. It's amazing, and it's a pop-up sale, so it happens for a week. We open tomorrow, and by Sunday, this is back to being bare room, nothing here at all. So it doesn't take long. So yeah, registers are back here. Officially opens tomorrow, but yeah, that's some of the bigger items are in this first room here.
So Sue, are you at capacity for are they at capacity for the amount of inventory they can handle in that space, or do they have space?
That's a great question. It's one of those things. More is always better, right? But that said, yeah, there is a point where it's if you have too many clothing items in a rack, it's not very shoppable, right? So we need to be able to have things arranged, and so I know it's winter's coming up, so winter items. So that's one of those things. If there's big bulky coats in there, if it gets too full, we'll pull the coats out and put those on a separate spot so that keep things shoppable. Because if you can't see what's there, you're going to keep walking. So you have to have a win-win so that people that are shopping here have a good experience and the people that are selling here sell their stuff and they have a good experience. And it has been. That's why it's so successful.
And I'm in total agreement with that. And that's great. But see, that sparks another thing in my world. I posted a thing this morning. John Zimmerman, a guy I served with, has family down in North Carolina. He went down. They have enough canned goods, water. They have enough of that to last them. They need generators, gas, heaters. You see, the church that's running that outreach says they got 2 semi-loads of water.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Thank God for all the blessings everybody laid out on there. And I'm glad they did their part. But that's not the need right now. The water is not the need. The need is heaters because it gets cold in North Carolina.
And that's one of the things people need to ask and see, what is the need? What is the greatest need at this point? Speaking of need, though, you made a comment that how many veterans have you had to turn away at this point?
16.
16.
That I personally had to turn away.
And that's okay. So that's you personally. So that also tells us the need is, not everybody knows you yet. So the need is much greater. And that should be lighting a fire under all of us. Everyone who's listening to this, all of the players here, we need to get the fundraising completed so we can get Forward Operating Base open and be able to bring the veterans in that we should be serving. That's what the capacity needs to be. That's what we are working towards. The facility is there. We just need to finish the remodeling so that can happen.
Yeah. Again, our fellowship breakfast. I love the fellowship breakfast. It's not going anywhere, folks.
It's all part of it.
It's all part of this whole mission.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, this whole mission. Bringing hope to my brothers and sisters. That's what it is. Where'd you go, Kurt?
I had desserts served up. It is National Dessert Day, Brian. So I took a commercial break for dessert day by being absent while I had my dessert.
It's amazing. He's right. I forgot about that. It is National Dessert. There was a couple others today though that I don't have it in front of me.
Day?
It is National Kick Butt Day. That is true. So that's your excuse. If you hadn't kicked butt already, it is National Kick Butt Day. Who knew, right?
Kick butt, $22 a month. ProjectIHeard.org. There you go.
Bingo.
Okay. Well, it's lighthearted, but I got to roll this back to the mission.
Yes.
Veterans Day and Memorial Day are not just the days you help veterans. We live year round. That's all I'm going to say on that.
I appreciate that those days exist so that it reminds people, because not everybody has a friend or has a relative that is a vet. So that's where it's that moment of, oh yeah, I got to remember, I need to do my part too.
Yeah, but
you're right.
It's a year round thing. Connecting Tuesday. It's going to be slim on the pickings this week because of the computer crash, but tomorrow is PDH Connecting Tuesday. Reach out, check your vet. Check your vet. Kurt always likes to be on mute. I know why you have to be on mute.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute and my button wasn't working right. I like to be a button pushing freak, but when it works. So, yeah. So Kurt, we've been talking about a lot of different pieces here, and I'm going to go ahead and actually turn it over to you because I know you've had a lot going on these last few days yourself. So, did you have any updates that you wanted to share before our time is up here?
Well, I mean, there's nothing that really stands out. It's just, a constancy. A couple hours ago, we had somebody who met with us that, is an athletic trainer, someone who coaches professional athletes and, collegiate athletes and so forth, that helps their performance. And, she was referred to us for what we do in podcasting in general, in and out of Project iHeart. So I was going through the show we were doing today and stuff like that. So just a constant process that, we just have to have faith that, our efforts today will plant the seed of greatness that'll come in down the line. And, so that's the idea here, is that it's an everyday thing. We were talking about the national holidays and so it's National Online Bank Day. Sue, do you want to go through how online banking goes to contribute to Project iHeart?
Actually, that Brian even brought that up earlier. So if you go to projectiheart.org, there is a donate button right on there. So it's super simple. That is something that I absolutely would encourage everybody to go there, hit that donate button, and make a difference. It could be $1, it could be $100, it could be the $22 a month, it could be $10,000. Somewhere out there is the person who's got the $1 million that's needed to finish
Bob Rush. Oh yeah.
It's out there. You're out there. Are you listening right now? I hope you are.
Yeah, folks, share this podcast. Tell somebody about our mission. This is how it works. To the person that has the resources to complete forward operating base rush, thank you. God bless up front. You can go to the website, donate it that way. You can send a check. You can find our mailing address on the website. But I'm saying this up front because I never know what somebody gives. It's that quirk thing that I'm sorry, but trust me, I will know when a need is covered. I will know that because my accountant will know to say, this need is covered, just like the fellowship breakfast. I don't know how much they donated. Don't care. Accountant said, hey, good news. October, November, December was covered. So Debbie's donation now goes to a new sink or something.
So, Sue, I did a little work on our contact. The email was forwarded about a live stream for a performance, and she's apparently from a band and so forth. And, there's a Big Records that I believe came through our partner with the Disability Channel. And so I'm trying to follow. I stepped in to be readily available and move that forward, but I assured them we can do some live streaming from the event. You want to share a little bit? I didn't find the details in email when that is and what's going on with the performance.
That's November 16th. That's November 16th in Seattle, Washington.
Gotcha.
I'm doing my best to get out there because we're the charity for that music event.
Yeah.
Okay, we're the charity. So yeah, we're going to do everything in our power to help her live stream that event out.
I put in there where I'm coming from. If anybody can get on a phone or web meeting, basically like what we're doing here, we'll get it live streamed. Yeah. So I assured her that that'll happen.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
as long as somebody's got their device.
That's the easy part.
Yeah.
Just like we were talking earlier, Woodlawn Church is hosting the mission to bring in ministry partners. I got a lot of people asking to go to live stream. Yeah, we can live stream. They may not be able to, but we can make that happen. I know we can. I know we can. I was at church Sunday, and because of that discussion, I pulled up my Wi-Fi networks, and I got 3 good, strong Wi-Fi networks. So, yeah, I know we can live stream that event. It's just
Awesome.
how well we can do it is why you need to volunteer. We can make it happen. Just like we make this podcast happen every week. Every week we make this happen. Whether we're on a phone in a kitchen. I don't think Kurt ever leaves the house, but that's okay.
It's so cozy in here. It's getting a little cooler. It was like 45 degrees before. I don't know how cold it is now, you know. Just staying where it's warm.
Okay.
I did have to get out and pick up our daughter from rugby, so I'm learning about the game of rugby. So
That's a sport.
yeah, right.
It's really
Pretty
something when you
interesting.
see your
There's a lot of
daughter
nuance
tackling
to it.
people.
When I first got to Germany, way back in the beginning of my career, I was actually on the local Bayreuth, Germany rugby team. Until the Army,
Little known facts about Brian here.
until the Army said they don't use pads. No, you can't do that.
It took all the fun out.
They did. Something about us getting hurt. Wait a minute, you're going to send us to war to get shot, and you're worried about us getting hurt playing rugby. But yet, you want us to join the football team. Yeah, but the football team has pads. Now, I played football in high school. I much prefer rugby.
Because rugby is more rough and tough, or what? Or it just got more flair to it. What's your attraction to rugby? I've never played rugby. I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, we're still on the learning curve.
Watching it is great, but when you're getting in there and playing, it's a matter of life and death.
So I'm actually thinking here, Flatbush has how many acres?
20.
20 acres. I bet there's a nice little area where rugby field. Sorry, I'm still learning my terminology. Okay, here, I can ask you then. Is it rugby game or rugby match?
It's a match.
It's a match. Okay.
It's a rugby match.
We're this far in, and I still am learning the fighter details. I'm learning. I watched her game closely when we were there last weekend. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this. I'm following it now. She's been telling me pieces, and I got to actually learn the rules though, because there were moments where I was lost. Why did they do that? Okay.
Oh, what do you mean? Is that just run 10 yards and they start over? Oh no. No.
It's a very fast-paced game.
And I don't want to scare you with your daughter, but I'm loving her already because I know how violent that scrub can be.
She's in that. She is right in the middle of that. Oh, I'm sorry, on the side of that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, when they all lock in the center, and oh yeah, I know how violent that can be.
Yeah, she's impressing me with all the things that she's doing. She showed me a picture of one of the other girls on her team that several bruises. There's a picture of the girl's leg from the day before game. It's like, oh yeah. It's a tough game.
I remember putting in stitches at the end of a match.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, several girls were wiping blood.
Yeah, now that's girls. Imagine a bunch of dudes.
Wow.
We don't have bruises. We have broken bones.
Oh, okay. So, and why didn't they want you to play? Come on now. That's it. But you know what? One thing that I have been impressed, I can't even tell you how impressed I am at the camaraderie amongst the team. That is the part that is huge. And, that actually makes me think of our veteran community then too, because you know what? Get involved in a sport somewhere. Is there one that you like, or if you want to learn more about, by all means. Rugby has actually blown my socks off when it comes to the camaraderie that's going on amongst the team. That second to none from my experience at this point.
But again, your observation of the game is from the outside.
Correct.
I've played it.
Mm-hmm.
So my observation of the game is a little bit different from the inside. Hence, camaraderie ship. That's why our facilities need to be built, because veterans help veterans. We provide the safe, secure place for them to do that. Yes, Kurt, I can turn this to the mission anytime I want.
You never miss the mission.
But
perfect.
I'm not blowing smoke, am I?
No, that was perfect. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Our discussion earlier. Yes. Step up. Guys, you're going to be hearing some things from Kurt because I gave him the green light today. I can't wait to see some of those things that are going to come out. I can't wait.
So, random question, since we're talking sports here, is there a basketball hoop at Fob Rush? Because if there's not, somebody nearby has to be getting rid of one that has a place for it to go.
We got two of them.
Oh, well, there you go. I am glad to hear that.
Yeah, one was there when we got the land donated. That's about 30 years old. And yeah, that I wouldn't dunk on that one because you might get the whole pole with it.
Only dunk if somebody's videoing.
Yeah. And then the other one was one of those portable ones. And thank you for the donation. But once again, folks, your trash is not our blessing. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Excellent. So, well, and for me personally, I am going to go ahead and start my sign off now because I need to get back to work. But
we can close the whole thing down, or unless Kurt, we got 2 more minutes. Yes, let Sue go. We'll have this.
Awesome. Well, and so from me, as always, I do want to say a big thank you to all those who are watching, are sharing. Remember, pray for this organization. Share it out there. Share this out there. Share anything that you can that's mission related here. Please do that. volunteer with us. I'm easy to reach. See right there, that's my name, Susan. So Susan at projectdiehard.org. Let me know what you would like to do. Ask your questions. What can we do to help you? We're here, and we want to do more. So help us make that a reality. So I'm going to turn this over to you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you again next week because we're here every Monday night. When? 6:30 p.m. Tune in. Thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you, Sue. All right. So you want to give a sneak peek on what we were talking about earlier today?
I'm trying to recall what all the green light stuff was, because you said hashtag Project
Die Hard, but then you went on this nice little spiel about the intent of this mission, what it is, why volunteer, why you had better words than I did. That's why I went. You got the green light.
Oh, the discussion we were having is you were telling us that, you know, you were getting nudges or whatever you want to call it, challenges, you know, on, you know, why we're not putting, you know, our veterans out more in getting exposure on Project Die Hard and our mission and the good work we're doing to, you know, put the stories of the veterans we serve there. And you were describing about how, you know, that's right in our, you know, few rules we have of, you know, what's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Use the suffering of veterans, you know, to serve the mission. And so the part that I played in it is I would, you know, my standpoint is that, you know, the public can be assured, every individual can be assured that, you know, we're not about lessening in any which way, shape, or form what, you know, any veteran, anybody we serve, you know, everybody literally can come into our mission and play a role. We just don't go there to say that if veterans we serve are going to help the mission, that, you know, we're not going to go to, you know, the story and, you know, the trials and tribulations they had, the suffering that they've had, and then, you know, make that like pulling on the heartstrings of people out there. You know, we come into this to just say, you know, our mission is very obvious. You know, we're here to combat veteran suicide by spreading hope to veterans. And, you know, so, you know, the bandwagon I hopped onto is, you know, saving lives and, you know, filling this ginormous gap that is there, that, you know, as citizens of the U.S., to look at all the promises the government makes that, you know, just is not getting fulfilled. You know, we as citizens, I call everybody to, you know, take citizen action and to, you know, do what's righteous, what's right, and what's proper and just, and, you know, just stay on the upside of the whole thing. You know, this last weekend I was a part of what's called Discovery Fest. And in our team, there's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Breakthrough. And he was really phenomenal. And so he talks about, you know, our capacity as people. We can go to this breakthrough mentality to say that, you know, you can look at scarcity or abundance, and, you know, you can, you know, when you're down, you can use those downs to, you know, learn and to come up above that. And that everything, it's the old thing of, you know, it's right there, you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And, you know, so that's a little bit of what his message was about, that if you just really have faith in what you can do, your purpose as a person, you know, what you are called to do and the role you do play. If you can just, you know, stay in there, stay hunkered in and fight through and persevere and really draw it in, you know, to, you know, everything you can do under your own name, that there's this whole experience of a breakthrough, and Dr. Breakthrough has a black, whatever the level of black belt is. There's only like apparently like 100 in the world at the level of black belt that he is at. And so he's had a lot of events where he's, kind of gone through the bricks and, all that kind of stuff. So he's a very motivational character out there in the public speaking space. And he was speaking at Discovery Fest. So the world has a lot to offer, and it's sometimes a little bit, far reaching, pie in the sky when you talk about the world, when we're worried about our own spaces, the moment, the now. And so I've spoke to before that, break down the day. People say one day at a time. Sometimes that's not even enough to break it down. Sometimes you have to look at just concentrating on what you're going to do for the next hour. So we're wrapping up this podcast. So it's thoughts like that. Now that the podcast is ending, what are you going to do to press through the next hour and, do what you can do to take care of basic stuff like sleep and food and water and, just kind of celebrate every little nudge that you're making, getting through the time that's passing.
Well, and again, volunteer with us. If you've been called and you want to take that breakthrough you just got and like, oh, I want to run with this. Let's see how that works out. Okay, folks. Yeah, we do got to wrap up. But Kurt and I, we have these nice little offline conversations, and they're good ones at times.
At times. I like the wording. I want to make sure the audience doesn't miss that. That's good.
Look, Kurt, I'm not gonna lie, you do great work, but there's sometimes, and I let you explain and explain and explain, and I do want to say, what was that last 10 minutes about? And it's not you. It could be my tone. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that messaging thing. Like I picked up today. You do keep speaking that. Keep speaking that. But yeah, guys, don't give up. That's the whole trick here. You have a purpose. See it through. The next hour, I'm not that. No. 0, 0, 0, 0. Every day it starts over. 24-hour clock. My question to my brothers and sisters, what are you going to do to be here tomorrow morning at 0001? That's it. Stay strong. Die hard sick.